Hello everyone, my name is Jesselina Jara Anak Jang and my metric number is 287771. I'm student from Group B in subject Construction Technology BJTC 2023. Today I will share my slide about construction technology. First slide is about project life cycle. Project life cycle have 4 stages. First is initiation, second is planning, and third is execution, and the fourth stage is closing. In the initiation, the project objective and requirements are identified to define the overall project scope. In this stage also determine success criteria, list assumptions, risks and obstacles. Next, planning. The detailed project plan is developed considering the objectives set during the initiation phase. Estimate resource requirements and construct workflow and prepare project proposal. Third phase is execution. This is where the work actually gets done, overseen by the project manager to ensure tasks and complete per the project plan. In this execution also organize a project team and establish team operating roles. Next, closure. This project is formally closed. Documentation is complete, and the lesson learned document for future purpose. Conduct acceptance tests and establish role outline or schedule. Next, we move to activities involved during construction project. First, number 1 is making and grading. Making is the first activities in construction which involve making the area of the plot for reference. This helps the workers to always be able to orient themselves in terms of their workspace. Grading helps to ensure that buildings are even, less long, and maintain maximum support. There may be particular circumstances when something is being constructed that would require a slight incline or decline to the base surface. Number 2 is excavation. Number 2 is excavation. The term involves moving earth or rocks out of a certain area to prepare it for construction. This includes basement excavation, which digs the earth out to prepare for a basement to be built. Includes also mud, rock, and topsoil excavation. Number 3 is concrete. The process of pouring concrete is another major activity in construction, used for the base of building, for roads, bridges, pipes, and many other applications. Easy to make large quantity, and it changes that so that it's easy to work with and manipulate. Number 4 is carpentry. This is general cutting and installation of materials that will be used for the construction of a structure. Carpentry describe individuals working with wood, especially but now carpentry means working with several different materials. Next is brick masons. Brick have been used in construction for decades. Brick masons lay the bricks, ensuring that They are laid in a way that is structurally sound. For example, laying each brick one top of the other allows for cracks to go all along the entire wall. Number 6 is plumbing. There are specific plumbing activities that must occur to ensure they will function properly. This includes putting in piping and fixture to both incoming potable water and outgoing waste. Number 7 is welding. The activity of attaching two metal together using heat is welding, a crucial action in construction used to bind metals, especially for structural purpose. Welding is extremely skilled and can be difficult to master. Number 8 is electrical activity. Workers are responsible to ensuring that the structure will ultimately have full access to electricity from the transformer provided by the electrical company. There are several steps that go into the installation of electricity in a boat, including temporary electrical needs around installation, and finally the real installation which will be used. Number 9 is roof laying. This activity very important for ensuring the protection of a structure from the elements and can help provide stability for the structure. Shingles are common for residential roof, but there are also metal, polycarbonate, and steel roof, as well as many others which are used for different purposes. Number 10 is glazing. This activity is anything to do with glass windows and doors in a construction project. The term is used broadly to reference the installation of pretty much any glass involved in the construction of particular structure. 11 is finishing. The last activities during construction project. This activity means putting on the final touch of a structure in order to prepare it to be used. This includes, but is not limited to, activities like glazing, flooring, painting, wallpapering, and plastering. It is most often about final aesthetic tasks and slightly less about safety and function. Although all finishing activities are a crucial part of a final construction product. Next slide is key players. Have 6 individuals that are important in key players in construction project. First is client. The client is at the head of the procurement chain. The client influences what is to be contracted, where, when, and by whom. It is important to recognize that the initial stage of a project can have significant influence on the product used, with 70% to 80% of the cost of a project decided at concept stage. This is because the client wants a building to set standard on time and to budget. Next is architect. The architect starts with the client's need in terms of how the building is to be used and how the client wish it to be perceived. They have to be developed to meet the requirements of the brooding regulation and other performance aspirations, of which sustainability is often one. The overriding concern is that it is fit for purpose, performing its role effectively and throughout the design life of the brooding. Next is engineer. Engineers are responsible for foundation and general structure. With additional qualification, they become structure engineer who design the skeleton or structure of a building. Engineers want to ensure their design satisfy given criteria, that they are safe, serviceable, and perform well. They very often have to sign off the subcontractors' installation, carrying the responsibility for any failure, so they should be vigilant about product selection. The quantity surveyor or QS has significant influence on the skeleton of brooding products. They will guide the architect and clients when it comes to product specification, yet it would be wrong to consider that they are only interested in achieving the lowest price. They too will be looking for value, either in capital cost or operational cost, as well as issues like good availability. Interior design. Designers are involved in the design or renovation or internal space, including structure alteration, finishing, fixture and fitting, lighting and color schemas. They work closely with architects, engineers, and builders to determine how interior space will function, look, and to be finished. The interior designer will provide advice and create design for the layout and configuration of the internal space of a building or structure. The last one is contractor. Contractor oversees and manages the construction of the building for the client, following architect and engineer design. The work is delivered under a contractual agreement. The main contractor will select specialist subcontractors based on the capability, availability, and price. Next slide is project planning and controlling. First is planning. Plan is made and strategies are set, taking into consideration the company policies, procedure and rules. Planning provides direction, unifying framework, performance standards, and helps to review future opportunities and threats in planning. Step in planning. The objective of the project in definite works, goals and steps intermediate to attain the final target. Focus and means of achieving goals. Organization, resource, financial, managerial, and operational to carry out activities and to determine what is feasible and what is not. Second is scheduling. Scheduling is the allocation of resource. Scheduling is the process of formalizing the plan function, assigning the starting and completion dates to each activity, which proceed in a logical sequence and in an orderly and systematic manner. Step in scheduling. Detailed control information is to be calculated. Timing to events and activities are assigned. Consideration must be given to resources generally concerned, with those resources whose availability is limited and which there is by involved constraints on the project. Resource allocation. Last process is controlling. This phase is carried during the execution of the project. Project control is established to determine deviation from the basic plan to determine the precise effect of this deviation on the plan, to replan the reschedule to compensate for the deviation. Next slide is a successful construction. We will automatically think about a successful construction is project that meets the given standards, is finished in time and within the budget. So the first is implement continuous planning. Construction managers should start planning long before a project begins and continue to revise and develop the plan until the project ends. The design, pre-construction and procurement stage of each construction project require immense planning, and it may need to revise as the next phase begins. Number 2 is broad and effective communication flow. Communication is crucial in every phase of any construction project. Broad and effective communication flow will facilitate coordination between all the parties. Transparent communication will make the process smoother and reduce their ease and issues. Number 3 is re-evaluate your workflow. The purpose of construction project management is to ensure that the project is complete on time, within budget and reach the target. The best way to have a successful construction project is to continue evaluate the way you manage it. Number 4 is use an automated construction project management solution. An automated system allows construction manager to save time and effort managing each project. It also enables to them generate reports instantly and share any information with the right people at the right time. Number 5 is control cost of construction project in the smarter way. The permits, wage, materials, and equipment required for project are often exchanged between multiple financial sources and vendors. Construction managers are responsible for tracking and monitoring of costs, especially those related to the initial budget.